Welcome back to Become a Content Creator in 2024. And in this video of my 8-part playlist, I'm going to be taking you through the step-by-step process in order to set up your very first course. The reason for why this is so important is because having your own suite of products, so different online courses, is a great way to monetize your YouTube channel. Now, I have no issues at all with online communities or online coaching programs. And in fact, I believe content creators should offer all of those things, but don't forget to also have some evergreen courses. And the reason for why I love courses is because when you set them up, you can set them up that people can purchase them and then they get access to them straight away. And for me and my business, my courses create an ever continuing flow of money every single day, every single week, and every single month. The other thing which is really, really powerful about courses is that currently on my other channel, I've got an advanced Google Ads coaching program, which costs over $10,000 US to be a part of. And the one thing that all of the participants in that course have in common is that they've all bought one of my courses. Some of those people bought my courses, 2 years ago. Some of them bought them a year ago. What courses allows you to do is it allows you to build extra trust with your audience and your database so that when you do then come to sell some higher ticket items like hire coaches or paid communities, they've got a lot more trust in you and your teaching styles. So in this video, I'm going to take you through the 3 core steps that you need to undertake in order to set up your very first online course. Now, if you miss any of these steps, don't worry, because if you follow that link in the description below, you can get access to my course creation checklist. And this is a checklist which takes you through all of the different things you need to complete in order to set up your first course. And what it also does give you access to is it also gives you access to my website content planner so that you can also learn how to create high converting website pages in order to sell your courses. All right, so the 3 main steps that we're going to be going through is obviously firstly creating your course, then recording your course, and then uploading your course to the platform that you choose. Now, as you could imagine, this first step of actually creating your course is the most important step. And what we need to do is we need to get all of the ideas in your head into an easy to follow step-by-step process that someone can basically follow through a sequential process to learn to know what to do, what you do. One of the challenges with creating a course is actually what to include and what to leave out, because it's a fine line between, you don't want to confuse the person and you want to really give them the most important actions. A good example I have for this, it's kind of like asking directions on Google Maps. If you in a new town, you want to learn how you're going from point A to point B, you'll put into where you want to go into Google Maps. And what Google Maps does then, it just gives you a sequential step-by-step process in how to get to where you are now to the destination you want to be at. But what it doesn't do, it doesn't give you needless information about the local area. It doesn't tell you the history of the buildings. It doesn't let you know about the weather that you're going to face. It's purely focused on just taking you from point A to point B. And that's what you need to do in your course as well. So let's jump into a screen share right now so I can show you how to plan out my courses, and you might be surprised at how easy it is. As I said, this is a very, very easy process. And because where I start is I just start in a Google Doc. Now, this is the clean version that I've got. So essentially what I do is I'll generally just do this on my mobile phone, and I'll basically just really write out everything that I want to teach. So basically I'll start putting that, I'll have to let people know planning and creating a course, how to grow their audience, how to set up their website and social platforms, how to use YouTube to get more leads, how to actually go through the sales process, the different products, different systems that they need. So essentially what I'm doing through here is, as I said, this Google Doc looks quite neat now, but what I do is I basically put down the main teaching points, and then I just start to expand all of these out in little dot points. And then from there, what you can actually see is I've now got the full outline of my course. So the first step in the process of creating your own course is basically just doing a big brain dump of all of the different steps that you need to teach someone in order for them to know exactly what they're wanting to learn. So the way that I do that is that you basically just put down everything, and then you group the similar themes together, and they then become your different modules and your different lessons. So the modules are the core ideas, and then the lessons are each of those different sub thoughts that you need. And with all of the courses that I've created, I've had anywhere between 6 to 12 different modules, with each module having somewhere between 1 to 3 different lessons. What you're really wanting to do is remember, think of it like those Google Map directions that I gave you. It's all about sequential steps, really taking them through from point A through to point B, what is the most logical step that they need to follow in order to complete the process. So the next step is I then take that document and then I start creating out a different PowerPoint. So what you'll end up in through here is that this is one of my modules. This is module 2 in my course. And you can see what I've done is I've taken all of the points that I had in that Google Doc, which I just showed you before. And then it's just a matter of creating a simple PowerPoint presentation. And the biggest thing that I want to let you know there is that a high selling course doesn't have to be this major work of art. And I think a lot of people, when I'm taking them through this course creation process, are really quite surprised at how simple it can be. As I said, what people are really focused on here is the quality of the instruction. Don't think that your course has to be some over-edited masterpiece. And in fact, for me, when I first started getting into this whole course creation process, I bought 2 different courses. And one of them was a simple PowerPoint presentation with an audio voice over the top. And the other one was this highly edited, it had pop-ups and everything going everywhere. And to be honest with you, I got a lot more value, actually, in fact, so much more value in the simple course, which was just a PowerPoint presentation. So don't be held back thinking that you can't get into this whole course creation thing because you don't have the resources in order to create this masterpiece. It can be as simple as that. It's a PowerPoint presentation with you just speaking over the top, giving high level teaching. And then what I would also say as well, just as a little extra tip, is that once you've got your course and all of your PowerPoints ready to go, I would then meet up with some different family members or different friends, and I then take them through the course and really just asking them, does this make sense? And what we're really looking at here is I want to find some friends and family members, and if this makes sense to them, it then lets me know that I've got a good course which will make sense to other people as well. All right, so once you've planned out your course and you've got your PowerPoints, the next step is that you need to record your course. And this is another area where people get really, really freaked out. But to be honest with you, it's probably the easiest part of the whole process. Now, for my courses, I just do a simple voiceover over those PowerPoint presentations. So that PowerPoint presentation I showed you before, as I said, it's just, I'm then speaking over the top of that. So the products that I use, I do a screen share with QuickTime Player, and then I record my audio in GarageBand. Both of those are free tools. And the beauty of not having your face on this course is that then means that it becomes a lot easier to record. So when I'm also recording my PowerPoint presentation, I'm also got some different notes and different slides, and then I just record it start to finish. And if I make any mistakes, I just keep going, because what you can also do is after you finish your recording, you can do some post edits to get rid of those pesky ums and ahs or any mistakes that you've made. And so it actually becomes a really, really simple process. So as I said, QuickTime Player, PowerPoint, and even GarageBand, all of those tools are free. The only thing that you would need to invest in is a USB microphone. Now, at the moment, I'm using a Rode microphone, which looks like this, but you don't need to get that brand. I've previously used a Blue Yeti microphone. Really, just any microphone will work as long as it's a USB and it gives you pretty good audio. Remembering, once again, we're not wanting perfection. We're just wanting to make sure that it's a course that is easy to listen to with your voice not being too echoey or too annoying. And then after you've created your course and you've recorded your course, it then comes to the point where you are uploading your course. There are so many different platforms that you can use. Personally, I use and recommend Kajabi. And the reason for that is because they are really the first one to this space. I find that they have the most different options available for content creators. If you're interested in using Kajabi for your business, if you look in the description notes below, you can see a link. You get a cheaper introduction option. You also get a 30-day trial. And also for a limited time, I am also offering a free review of your first sales funnel. So if you want to get all that information, follow that link in the description below. But right now, let's jump into a screen share so I can just show you how I lay out my courses. And this is a good format that I've found that really does work and resonate with students. So this is one of my courses. This is the course which I've got for this brand. Now, the only thing that I would say in through here is that what I do like is I do think it's worthwhile to add in an introduction video. I'll just turn down the sound on this one so we're not hearing my voice doubly. But as you can see, it's just me giving an introduction. And what I do also find really valuable is that if you do a bit of a screen share, and this is the part where I just kind of explain how to get the best out of the course. Then from there, as well as I just do give them a bit of an overview of the course, and I also do let them know how to reach out to my team for support. And then when you go into the individual lessons, you can see what I also do offer in through here is I've got the course through here, and you can actually see that this course is purely just me talking over a different PowerPoint that I've created. The other thing that I do offer as well, and I do recommend, is that I actually add in some different downloads. In this one, I've put through all of the screen shares, and I've also also, because we're talking about lead magnets, I'll give you some examples there. That's a great way of laying it out. And then also as well, I do also offer in some comments. So if people want to add in some comments to the course, they can do it through there. So what I wanted to show you here is it doesn't have to be this overcomplicated process. It's just simple, my modules, my different lessons, and that introduction page. And that's the 3 steps that you need to complete in order to create your own course. Now, as promised, I want to take you through some common questions that I get from my students in how to actually complete this whole process. And one of the common questions I do get is that should my course be faceless? I run my courses faceless. When it comes to the actual YouTube side of things, I believe that you should be showing your face. But when it comes to the actual courses, the reason for why I don't show my face is for a couple of reasons. And the first reason, you may remember the example I gave, I actually find it easier to learn without the face there. That way I can just really focus on the content. And the reason why that works is because the person who's buying your course already knows who you are. So you've already got a relationship with them. They would have watched some of your YouTube videos. They're in your email database. So you don't need to go through that whole process of there's already a level of trust there. The other reason why is it's just easier to create. So for me, it's a real win-win in that it's better for the student, but it's also better for the content creator because it's a much easier task in creating a course that doesn't have high-level video on it. Now, depending on your niche, if you're doing like an instructional, like, something like wood turning, or you might have like different yoga or fitness classes, you may need videos that have you on it. But if you're just teaching information, you won't need to be on there. And the other common question we get, which I've already answered as well in this video, is how do I present my course? And as I showed you, for me, I have a simple PowerPoint presentation. I do recommend inside of the course that you do have an introduction video, but apart from that, it's a fairly simple process, as you can see. It's all about some screen shares with your PowerPoint presentations and an introduction video. Thank you again for joining me. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure having you here. And if you want to make sure that you don't miss out any of these videos in my How to Become a Content Creator in 2024, make sure you go through and watch this playlist here. See you next time.